give a shout out to Politically Street, man. That's one of the coldest names you can have. Because we out here in these streets, but these politics is trickling down, so it's all intertwined, man. So we got to figure out how to work it the way we work. So shout out to Politically Street.
All right, welcome to another edition of Politically Street. I'm your community ambassador, Mr. Robin J. Anderson. And first, I'm going to give my disclaimer before I introduce my guest. This is a podcast where we don't endorse candidates. We are here for information purposes only. And we are here to spotlight people that are doing outstanding things in their community. So with that being said, I have Ms. newly elected, or re-elected Ms. Arnetta Murray.
How's everybody doing? Go ahead.
Right. So tell me how you feel about your re-election.
You know, it was a lot of hard work. We had to do it amidst COVID, so in that sense, we had to be very mindful. And it was very arduous, but in the end, it paid off. But I had to do it with the COVID mindset.
Right.
So one thing that I did was I had a touchless signs. Well, basically what I would do is go to, make sure I could go to somebody's house, but they wouldn't be there, so I'll just plant that signs in the yard, and wherever they want to move it, they can move it themselves. But typically before COVID, or pre-COVID, we could just give a sign, go to a person's house and talk to them. Couldn't do that this time. Right.
So let's back up, because what I do here is I want people to see how elected officials or people that are in position that we are all human too.
Absolutely.
So where'd you grow up?
South Park all day, Ross Shaw Sterling.
All right, we're not gonna hold it against Acres home over here, So.
Ross Shaw and House.
Okay. And what high school did you attend?
I went to Ross Shaw Sterling. I'm grateful that I had a two-parent home. My mom and dad, they're still in that house right now. My mom's 88, my dad is 82. Been married 60 years.
They just had an anniversary.
They sure did. They sure did, and I put it on Facebook. And so then after that, my dad, took ill, but now he's doing much better. So that's where I was at. I'm a church girl. Went to Bethel Baptist Church. Grew up in that church back in the day, and sung in the choir. Only child. So you know what they say about only children and PK kids.
Yes, I know what they say. So we're gonna leave right there.
Yeah, keep going.
And did you attend college or anything?
Yes, I went to I went to several colleges. Went to TSU at one point. I went to HBU at one point. I graduated from Latona University. Okay. Have a degree in what is that? I didn't know you were gonna go that deep.
No,
that's okay. Bachelor's of Business Management with a minor in Human Resource. Okay. Then I have a master's degree in master's education with a specialty in special ed. Okay. And so that's what I do. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so currently you are a teacher as well?
Currently what I am is a special ed case manager. Gotcha. And then, because a teacher abruptly quit, I'm also teaching that in one class. So I'm doing two jobs at HISD.
Wow, the strength of a woman.
Praying one.
Gotcha. So what prompted you to get into politics, quote unquote?
Well, unfortunately, I went through a divorce, and sometimes in a divorce, we tend to go to another relationship immediately. So I was catapulted actually to get into a relationship, more of a deeper relationship with God. So after that, I would start going to different types of events. Meant to be exact, it was Derek Muhammad. I said, how do I become a...
Shout out Derek Muhammad, yeah.
Yes.
Good guy.
Derek, I said, how do I become a community active? They say get active in the community.
That's simple, yeah.
And so I would go to different events, and I would speak up, and what happened was, somebody was there, his name was Mike Floyd. He was the only young in Pearland, he was like 18 or 19 that ran for office and won. He was on the independent school district for Pearland. Okay. Saw him in a meeting and he said, you need to run for office. I said, no, because it's too corrupt and, pretty much outspoken. And he said, no, you'll be good, And that's what happened.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, interesting. Wow. So your first time out, tell me, what did you experience? Did you do a lot of well, with me, when I ran, the first time I ran for a precinct chair, and I still didn't know what was going on, but I know I had to get on the ground and knock on some doors. So how was your first experience?
I ran for the, it was the Missouri County Commissioner. In 2017, I never forget it.
County Commissioner.
County Commissioner. Wow. And so, why did I do that? I don't know. But so it was arduous. It was a lot of I learned a lot about people. I think that what I've learned is that we need to not so much focus on party affiliation, but what you want to bring to the table.
I agree.
Now, I happen to be a Democrat, but again, you know, just like my dad said, he loves my mom. He don't agree with everything my mama does. And so, even though I'm a Democrat, I don't agree with everything that they stand for.
Right.
And so, that being said, I had to go forth. It was a lot of hard work. I met some resistance. I'm a new girl on the block. Got calls from people that was of the same party, threatening me, telling me I shouldn't run for that position. And it was interesting. And so, unfortunately, because I was in a difficult marriage, I'm kind of a fighter. So when you tell me what I can't do, what you gonna do, I kind of speak up.
Do the opposite. Gotcha. I got you. Okay, gotcha. So, you are in, hold on a second.
See, when you have your own show, you can do this.
Right. I'm going to edit it out in a second, you know what I mean? So, but, let's see. Come on in. Sorry about that.
No, it's your show. I'm on your.
Right. So, you're in, what's
the area that I'm in, it's called the area that I'm in is called the City of Our Colony. And basically what I do, and I tell people, because there's so many cities in our colony, you got Manville, you got Pearland, you got the City of Our Colony, you have City of Our Colony. Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So, what exactly are the duties of the city council person that is there?
Basically, we just oversee the budget. We make sure that the money is being appropriated fairly to the different departments. And just being a viable force for the community, whatever the constituents need. Because again, they were not hired, because let's be clear, I'm a public servant, I don't get paid.
Oh,
so,
wow. Okay.
Yes. So it depends on your jurisdiction. So my jurisdiction is kind of small, so it is not, I'm gonna say this one more time. I am not a politician, I don't get paid, I'm a public servant. So just to make sure that we are trash or being, administered properly, making sure homes, communities, we just got a CVS built, just got approved, Exxon has gotten built, and there's other things. So we just make sure that we keep the integrity of the community and the intent of it.
Basically, like, you guys are checks and balances, basically.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how many council persons are on the?
Right now, it is, now you're gonna make me count. I think it's 7, including it's about 7, yeah. I'm so focused on me and doing my job, but yeah, and we just make sure that the main thing is, especially the budget, it took a minute for us to pass it, because we wanted to make sure that the appropriations were fairly and just for the community. And so it was a lot of back and forth, but it was very beneficial in the end.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, what's the demographic of Howard County? Is it mostly African American, or?
It is, they say it's maybe like 55%, Caucasians, and maybe 47% African Americans. And then, we have Latino and all that, but it's growing by leaps and bounds. And the voting is that, sadly, it's still back. I don't know how we can change it, but we don't get a lot of African Americans voting as they should. Yeah.
I think so. First off, congratulations on your event you did for MLK Day.
And thank you for supporting us as well. The first ever in the city of Our Colony.
Right. So that's the first. That's good. So I think you keep doing things like that, and having the community engaged. I think what that does is builds a rapport with the community and showing, hey, you know what, this is our council person out here. Regardless of this, she's not just here just to get in the vote, but she's actually, engaging us and whatnot.
Absolutely.
So you keep doing that, I think you get more of a turnout, people coming to vote and whatnot.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
So what made you want to do the MLK Day event, the first ever in Howard County?
I was really surprised after doing some research, they didn't have any. Have one. I said, okay, this area's been in existence 38 years. You have never had an MLK event? That is unacceptable to me. And so once I did some research and found out that it was true, I said, okay, let's do something about that. And it was a process. It's interesting, about how you try to have events and people resist, but I got the community involved. And one thing I am about is community. I always thought about politicians. They want your vote, but they don't want your engagement. So I decided I wanted to do something different. For example, last week in Sterling Lakes, they had egg extravaganza, so celebrating Easter. So I went out I didn't, because guess what? If they voted for me, shouldn't I give them a little bit of my time?
I agree.
So, and that's what I did, and it was phenomenal.
Okay, good
Yeah,
deal, good
yeah.
deal, good. So, how long the term?
The term is 2 years, so I was elected November 3rd, 2020, so I have 2 years. I have
2 years.
22, yeah.
Are they term limited?
Well, I don't think so, but because I want to run as much as, it's 2 terms, are you saying that?
Mm-hmm.
It's only 2 terms, and I have to go get re-elected again.
No, I mean, so as far as Houston City Council, at first it was 3 2-year terms, now it's only 2 4-year terms. After that, you can't run again.
Oh, we don't have that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
okay.
Because you have people that's, one guy that was the mayor, he was mayor for years and years and years. So, no, it's no term there.
Wow, so that's interesting that you say that you guys you're volunteering and you're not getting paid. So,
No, I don't.
does the mayor get paid?
They say he does, and it's possibly a stipend, but but they won't, of course, validate that. But because I don't know why, and I think we should get paid, to be honest. I don't care if it's
I agree.
$100, I don't care if it's $50,
Right.
but nothing. So the thing that I think what I look forward to and what I like about it is that now I'm really serious about what I'm doing, and then I'm getting the education I need. So when I become a state representative, I know how to handle what to do.
You're speaking into existence.
You
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you and I, we met. Was I running for city council? I think I was.
The Rotary meeting.
We had at the Rotary meeting, right, with Sister.
Pickney.
No, not Pickney. Shout out to Miss Pickney, but no, it was the lady that runs the Rotary Club.
You talking about Georgia Provost?
Provost, I couldn't think of her name. Goodness gracious.
Oh yeah. Guys, I was just with her 2 hours ago. I love her dearly.
Yeah. Good woman. I like her spirit. I like her drive, man.
Yes.
So, and I was saying that because you're you're active, man. You're from driving from Howard County to Third Ward to Acres Home, you be everywhere. So the support is I appreciate it on my end, so I'm pretty sure everybody else, when you go and support, they appreciate it too, you know what I mean? And so, what else you got going for the rest of this year?
Oh man, for me, I just want to, so many people running for office now in the city of Howard County. Thank God we have many black candidates now. And so I'm not pushing nobody because I conflict of interest. But what I'm just doing now is, working, readjusting, getting over this COVID thing, and whatever. Like tomorrow, I have a water distribution that I have to do to help somebody out. In Fort Bend today, earlier I had the Golf Classic fundraiser at Georgia Provost. So whatever I get, I was trying to do a vaccine and water distribution in Missouri County. It's a lot of work that goes into it. People are supposed to call you back and give you information, they don't. So I keep on pushing. I push on, and I want to say this, I did run for Abilene Independent School District, and I lost as well as that. So my thing that I would tell people is just don't give up.
Yeah.
And it's not so much of a loss, but a learning.
Learning, that's right. That's right, I agree.
Yeah.
I'll ask you a couple of questions before we get off. If you had, let's say, 5 people, dead or alive, that you could actually sit down and talk with that influenced you, who would they be?
First of all, my first influence would be my mom and dad. You gotta realize my dad is a Baptist minister, so I never forget I grew up, he had me knocking on doors, giving the 4 Gospels. I remember the 4 Gospels, this little leaflet, and then I would go to convalescent homes and see me play. And he was all about community. He was, even though he was in the church and pastored in the church, he was about witnessing, and so that, I grew up on that. So that's what I do now. So my mom and dad have been impactful. Of course nobody can take away President Obama. And then this lady that was on council with me, and she's no longer working, she decided to let go. Susan Cottrell, Caucasian white woman, Republican white, love her to death. She gave me so much insight. And that is something that I hold true. Sometimes we get so focused on color instead of getting the content of people's character. So if I would say that, those would be some people that were very influential to me.
Okay, gotcha. Early on, we talked about 2020 and how it was so impactful. It changed the whole face of the earth. You know what I mean? So, what did you take from 2020?
Man, 2020 was very arduous for me. It was you're going through COVID and you're a single person and you're trying to do things and make decisions. So what it did for me, and I'm not afraid to, because this is, let me say this real quick, everybody has to have their belief system. You have some, so I'm very cautious on what I say to make sure that I'm not offending anybody. You have some that believe in Allah, some believe in Buddha, some that are atheists. My belief for me is in Jesus Christ. So for me, I took that and it helped me when I go in my backyard and pray and get insight. Man, I had opponents. I was running for office then. We were campaigning. People were trying to get information about my house because I was late on HOA and they were trying to use everything against me. And this is one thing I'm about. I'm about transparency. I think what people that are in public office do, they try to hide. I'm human. I went through a divorce. Finances changed.
It does.
And I had to maneuver. So, but people that think that you are so into holding on, they think they can use anything against you, but nothing on this earth. It's a temporary.
That's right.
I don't care if I'm president of the United States. It's what? Temporary. So you can't dangle nothing to me. And that's what I learned in 2020. It gave me a clear vision of people in every facet of life. Even my own kids, honey.
Wow, you know, but that speaks volumes because I think, and that's why I have you come on here. Actually, believe it or not, you're my first elected official on here, so I appreciate you. You know,
thank you for allowing me to come here.
Yeah, I gave my word. I told you, I was going to have you on.
You did do that. You did. I appreciate that. I did. And let me thank you, Rob, for being, one thing I said I did not do when I was the mayor was uplift our African American men. You guys go through so much that we didn't realize. And so one thing I have opted to do and said that I would pray more, for African American men because you guys need it. So thank you for being an upstanding man. I appreciate that.
I'm trying. I really am.
I know, we all are. We all are. My play brother says, Murray, people need to realize we're not perfect. But we should not use that imperfection in a way to keep you down. Because I'm not perfect. So I just want to say, and I'm big on that. Even when I'm in outside in the community, when I see African American men, I say, hey, let me thank you for what you're doing. You don't hear that enough, so let me say that.
I appreciate that. Really
if I would have did it maybe with my ex-husband, maybe I'll still be there. So anyway, you live and you learn. You live and you
learn. That's how life is. It's a big lesson, you know. And, you know, I think once you learn a lesson, then it's just you get other lessons.
Absolutely.
It is what it is.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's so much I want to ask you.
Please do. I can handle it. You know that. I've been in all venues, so I don't have no problem. So whatever, that's why I'm here. That's why I got lost and took me an hour to get here. Ask me whatever you want to ask me.
No, it's okay. No, so the reason, like I said, this podcast is a platform because what I noticed when I was out running for office, even before then, that our community is so disengaged. And what I noticed is there was a lack of communication between the baby boomers, Generation X, millennials, and Generation Y. So what I'm doing is I'm having a gumbo of people come in, and that way everybody can kind of see. The only thing that we lack is communication. It's
very clear. You're right about that. One thing I've learned, I did not realize until after the November 3rd election, that's not the real work. The real work is what I'm doing now. The real work was House Bill 6 and Senate Bill 7 about voter suppression.
So, if anybody want to get in contact with you, how can they find you?
My website is www.votearnettamurray.com. That's ARNETTA, Murray, MURRAY.com. You can Instagram me, FaceTime me, tweet me.
They can FaceTime you too, really?
Yeah, they can FaceTime. It's FaceTime, I'm sorry, Facebook me. Oh my God. But you can't FaceTime me, I'm not giving you my number. But you can Facebook me as well. And then you can, my email address is Arnetta M5, because I have 5 children, and AOL.com. I know that's old, but hey, I still love it. So.
All right, also, like I say, you guys, you see I have my new apparel on, the Political Street shirts and whatnot, so make sure you look out for that. You can find me make sure you go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Politically Street. I'm also on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram and on Facebook. Instagram is Robin_J_Anderson. And then Facebook is Politically Street. So that being said, I'll see you guys next time. All right.